without you, baby. It was just the other day.
Hi, this is Combustication, and I would like to respond to Agent Eskimo 9 and his blog about Britons Abroad. Now, yes, the answer to your first question, I have met two different Britons abroad, or on holiday, and had the pleasure of drinking. And let's say that the first one was very Maggie, and she was very dull. I hate to say that. She would get drunk, she would get crabby, she would be like in the corner thinking, oh, everybody's just stupid, and no one's talking to me, whatever. And she didn't get destructive, but I'm not sure if she wouldn't. She might have broken something if she were allowed to. Yeah, I think she could be feisty, because she had like this poofy hair, and this face like this, and she was kind of like, rawr, I could bite your head off. I'm not going to. Now the other one, Elizabeth, was unbelievably fun. She was hysterical. I mean, she could have just stripped on the pole, you know, right there and had a blast. She wasn't destructive though. She was very polite and very respectful. So I think maybe it's a hemisphere thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like a north-south sort of thing. East-west, coast, not coast. I don't know. Whatever. But those are my answers to your question. The answer to your second question was, have you ever been to Britain? Or if you haven't, what was your opinion of British people in general? Well, no, I've never been to Britain. I have tried so hard to go to the UK about 3 times, but you know, the money, George Bush has made our money value a little less every day, a little bit less. So I don't have the money. Sorry, I don't. But I would, if I could. But, on a side note, it's sort of split, you know? It's kind of like meeting a different group of people. You know, I've met many different people from the UK in general. And half of them were like, here's my shirt off my back just for you because you're awesome. Or, hi buddy, nice to meet you, I'll do anything for you. And the other half are like, piss off man, do I know you? No, leave me alone. So it's really, you know, it's really depending on the people. I think it has to do with how they grew up. Honestly, I really do. I think it's sort of the same here. You have people that grew up sort of on the rough side. They know how hard it is. They, you know, they sort of like, they're cool if you're cool type of people. Then you've got maybe the richer, more, maybe not rich, maybe jaded and raised differently people on the other side of the fence. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they just don't click as well as the first group. Who knows? But to answer your question is, it's a difference between the type of person, not so much the British in general. That might not be what you wanted to hear. I don't know. Now I have thought for an extremely long time, oddly enough, because I don't think about anything very long, but a really long time about your last question. You asked, who was like the most interesting person you've ever met? And I'd have to say that the most interesting person I've ever met was a college professor I had named Jean Pelletier, and he taught the Intro to Old Testament course in my college. And he was the most insane, fun, and exciting man I have ever had the privilege of meeting. He was so awesome that we all got him a rose for Valentine's Day. He was like wild. The first day, we were like in the back of the class because he was all jumping up and down, this little skinny man with this long white beard and crazy eyes. He was like, ooh, and he was talking, and it was insane, but he was so crazy cool that like, by the next week, we were in the front of the class, like, jumping up and down with him when he would talk about stuff. It was totally crazy. Totally crazy. He used to be like a priest or something. Anyway, the point is, if I could have a video and show you, everybody would love this guy. He was like so eye-opening about everything. He wasn't, you know, he was just so cool. But that's my most interesting person I've ever met. A skinny little white bearded man who jumped up and down in my college classroom. He was about 70 or something like that. Jean Pelletier. Yeah, and he was French, obviously. Right, but I have to go now because my stigmata's acting up again.
It's all over and I'm standing pretty in the dust that was a city. If I could find a souvenir just to prove the world was here.